After a home defeat to Leganés, in a game where neither Messi nor PK found their footing, Barcelona had to redeem themselves in a tougher game against Bilbao. I'm just playing. What is up, guys, and welcome to the Instagram channel. I hope you're all doing well, because Barcelona definitely ain't. As you all know, we drew 1-1 at the new camp when the San Mamés Basques from Bilbao came to visit. Their only goal was scored by Oscar Di Marcos on a good cross from Marcos Susaeta. Di Marcos was left onside by Gerard Piqué, who was heavily discussed throughout the game. Now, speaking of Piqué, to be honest, the entire defense looked shaky in that game from start to end. And I will say this, even though we did show some good moments throughout the game defensively, this defense is not a defense that I think could go in the Champions League or even for La Liga if we're talking consistency. So to me, I think Gerard Piqué has gotten enough chances right now, and I think we should try and give somebody else a chance, maybe long legs. Give him a proper chance to get into the first team and actually be a good player for us, because he is a good center back. He's a left-footed center back, and he's a good ball-playing center back. So I think he deserves a chance to finally be a starter, especially now that Piqué is out of form. Luis Enrique dared to bench him, but Valverde doesn't, and that's what he needs to change about his style of coaching if he wants to succeed at Barca. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Messidependencia. The truth is, this team still relies heavily, and I mean heavily, on Lionel Messi. There's just no way to get around it. We depend way too much on him to create. Before he came on, we had a lot of possession. I think around halftime we had around 67%, and that's a lot of possession. But we didn't do anything with it. We barely had anything in front of goal except for a few chances here and there. But considering the possession and considering the quality of the players that we got other than Messi, it was laughable. And as soon as Messi came on, we looked way more dangerous. Our style of play looked more direct. Yes, he had to drop very deep sometimes to get the ball and to actually build play, but whenever he got forward, we looked way more direct when we were on the ball. And that's not mentioning that he even assisted Munir's only goal and Barca's only goal in that game. Now let's talk about the midfield. Our midfield was very interesting. We had Sergio Busquets, we had Rakitic, and we had Arturo Vidal. And to me, Arturo Vidal was our best midfielder on that day. I don't care if he played 45 minutes. In those 45 minutes, he showed more fight, he showed more creativity and more risk-taking than Ivan Rakitic ever did in that game. And I've said this before, and I'll say this again. We don't need Rakitic, especially not against a team like Bilbao. He offers nothing going forward that Vidal can't offer. In the first half, Vidal gave us a clear-cut chance, one-on-one Suarez against the goalkeeper with that great through ball that he played in. He fought his heart out in that midfield, and he was really solid defensively, and he even saved us from conceding in an empty net when Ter Stegen got beat. Ivan Rakitic did virtually nothing throughout that game, but cost us a 100% chance at the end. Was horrible throughout the game, even passing wise. He was absolutely spot off every time. Look, I like Rakitic, but Vidal has to replace him. Right now, he just has to. If we want to succeed, that's what we have to do. He has the experience, he dares to take risks, and he's a creative player, and he can shoot from distance. We need that in midfield. We don't need Rakitic in midfield. The last time I saw Rakitic make a risky pass that succeeded was in the World Cup, and that says a lot. So to sum up, we need to sort out our defense, and I genuinely think we can do that by making a single alteration, which is Piqué out and long legs, or even Vermaelen in. And speaking of the defense, I'm sure you all know this by now, but Sergi Roberto got injured, and I genuinely think that this could be Semedo's time to shine. He's such a good player, man. I freaking love him to death. He's a solid right back. He's a good dribbler. He combines really well with Dembele whenever he's on the pitch. Roberto's link-up play is obviously better, but that's only because he has more experience with the team. He knows how to combine with them. He's played more with them, and we need to give Semedo that opportunity as well. Especially now that Roberto is injured, Semedo should definitely get the chance. As for the midfield, Arthur Melo deserves a chance. Arthur is the exact type of player that we're missing. He's good at controlling the tempo, he's technically skilled, and he makes the forward passes when they're there instead of shying away and passing it to the advertising board. Put him on the pitch with Busquets and with Arturo, and give Coutinho a position where he can operate in those left half spaces that he's good at. For me, Coutinho does not excel as an outright left winger or as an outright center midfielder. He excels in those left half spaces. We need to give him a position like that where he's so dangerous with his long shots, with his combinations, with his passing. If we do that and we give Arturo and Arthur a proper chance and actually bench Rakitic, we can be Champions League contenders. I have no doubts, especially with Messi being hungry, but he can't do it on his own. Alright guys, that is all for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was very short, but I wanted to get the point out. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button, and thank you all so much for watching and for the support lately. It's been absolutely immense. I've reached 2,300 followers on Twitter, so if you don't follow me already, go down there and follow me, link in the description. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Then Instagram out.